Hey guys, today I am bringing you a full review on the BH Cosmetics Zodiac palette. Now, if you don't know what this is, this released recently. It's got 25 eyeshadows in here and it retails right now currently for $16.50. This palette is sold on bhcosmetics.com and I believe on Ulta as well. I will link this in the description of this video because BH Cosmetics, for me, they're a great brand. I really love everything that they release. I don't know how I'm gonna feel about this yet. Stay and find out. But they are very affordable, and I'm talking incredibly affordable. If you guys have not yet seen it, I did a full face first impressions on BH Cosmetics makeup. I had never used it before, never anything, and I went from the beginning of the video being like, wow, cool, to like, hitting my pants. They have really affordable prices, like my favorite blush palette that I'm wearing today, the BH Cosmetics Nude Blush 10 color palette. It's like $5. It's literally amazing. So without me going into too much detail, just knowing that I have been very impressed with almost everything that I've tried from BH so far, and they are very affordable. The reason I chose this video today over the Kat Von D Saint & Sinner palette, which I was going to do first, is because they are having a sale today, whereas you get Kat Von D Saint & Sinner from like Sephora. Sephora doesn't do Black Friday sales or anything like that, or Cyber Monday, which is what we've got today. So BH Cosmetics does have this on sale today for $16.50, which is 24% off. Not 25. No. 24. Continue watching the video to find out whether or not it's worth buying. Of pretty much all of the brands I've ever tried here on my channel, this one is the most affordable. This one is, most people could be able to get something from the line without it breaking the bank. This palette in particular is interesting to me. It doesn't automatically draw me in. It's very reminiscent of the Kat Von D Mi Vida Loca Remix palette, just the way that it's laid out. A couple of different things. Let's open the palette itself and give our first impressions after looking at it. So this is the palette right here, and each color is lined up with a star sign. Now, I have one thing to say and one thing only, and that is that no hate, okay? None. I don't want people coming for me. I don't want to lose friends over this. I just want to be honest with you. I don't know shit about Zodiac anything, and I don't really care to. It's fine, like if you believe it and you're all into like Capricorn and Aries and stuff like that, like hey man, you do your thing. To me, I don't get it. I don't know anything about it. So I don't know. It's really hard for me to care. Like to me, this is an eyeshadow palette, regardless of the names and their meaning and colors going with things. Like I couldn't care less. To me, I think the colors are pretty, and I've seen some people's beef with this being that the colors don't match up with what they are. So like Aquarius, people are saying like Aquarius doesn't match at all with what an Aquarius should be. To me, it's like, cool. I don't know. And I have some really good friends that do believe in it and do, you know, follow it and are really into it. And I think that's great. You know, to each their own. I just personally don't know anything about it, and it just, you know what I mean? I know it's like really popular right now. People are super into it, and people are like, yeah, I'm a Capricorn with a Leo moon and a Pisces sun. And I'm like, I am Kristi. I get that. I know a lot of people are super into it and are super deep, and they want to know like the meanings and birthdays and this and that. I just, honestly, I know that my birthday falls like a Capricorn. That's the extent of what I know. The way I look at this is as an eyeshadow palette, and to me, names, colors, star signs, correlation for color, it means nothing to me. If it does to you, I totally understand, but I'm not going to go into all of that as far as like, oh, that's a perfect color for Cancer because Cancers are XYZ. To me, it's like purple. I don't know. As you can see, all of the center ring of colors, these are all matte eyeshadows here, and then you have the corresponding colors on the outside. To me, there is some irritation with this palette as far as like why this was with this and not that with the, for me, I feel like some of these colors just don't really fit together. I mean, they're not bad. I feel like they did a pretty good job, but I feel like it would have been better if there was like a monochromatic correlating color, you know? I mean, most of it is pretty good, but I would say like some of these make me a little insane. So these are baked eyeshadows around here in the shimmer pans, and then there's something about that to me that I don't know what it is, but as soon as I see like a domed baked shadow, I am automatically not drawn towards it. I don't know if you guys can agree with me on that. That's just a personal preference for me. There's just something about it. I don't know why. When I see like a domed baked shadow, I always think that it looks slightly cheaper, but from what I have used in other palettes, they're actually quite nice. So dear God, I feel like I need to move on. It's a lot easier to justify buying an inexpensive palette than it is to buy something that's like $70. So for palettes like the ABH shadows that I've done reviews on in the past, the reason I'm so harsh on them is because of the price point. Like Natasha Denona, you're going to charge me $240 for an eyeshadow palette. I'm going to be harsh as shit on it because it better be worth that $240. For $16.50 for 25 different shades, it's a lot easier to justify. And for me, I am going to be a little less critical of a palette that is so affordable. It's like saying, is it worth it to buy this dollar store makeup? It's $1. So is it that big of an investment for you and something you need to really worry about? Not nearly as much, if you catch my drift. But I'll still go through and I'll give you my full thoughts on this, and I'll be as critical with it as I am with any eyeshadow. But for me, the more expensive the palette becomes, the higher the stakes are that it needs to be worth that price point. Given that these shadows, there are 25 different shades in here, and the palette is currently $16.50, that will bring each shade to 69 cents per eyeshadow. Very, very affordable, if you ask me. I think that that's pretty good. For comparison, for an ABH eyeshadow palette, they are about $3 per shade in there, so less than $1. I mean, coming up on about half $1 versus $3. And some shades like the ABH single shadows are $12 per pan if you buy them individually, which is crazy high. You catch my drift on why I'm a little less harsh on a palette like this versus something like that. So what I'm gonna do is I will swatch these colors for you. I'm gonna swatch them on my arm with a finger. I don't know if I'm gonna do the brush swatch because, let's be honest, I don't know if that really makes that big of a difference. Again, I've said this time and time again in the past, but swatches are really not the best way to tell if a shadow is going to be good or not. Do finger swatches all day long, brush swatches all day long, but until you apply it to your eyes, you're not going to know if the product is good or not, how it blends, if it's patchy. Swatches are really just to see how the color looks on my skin tone, and so if that's what you're looking for, I can do that. But if you're looking to know if the quality is good based on a swatch, that means literally nothing. So I'll go through, and for these, because there's so many shades, I'll do finger swatches. I'm going to kind of do the swatches in their way they are. So like Sagittarius, I'll go Scorpio, Libra, you know, and I will be right back. Sagittarius. Scorpio. Libra. Virgo. Leo, Cancer, Gemini, Taurus. Ooh. Oh shit, Aries. Oh my God. Pisces. God, these are beautiful. Aquarius and Capricorn. Oh, I forgot to swatch the highlighter. So this is the highlighter. So the one big issue I have with this palette is that I don't know what to do. There are so many selections of different colors and different looks you can create. So I think it's nice because they do kind of have it set up for you in the way that you can kind of just like mix and match two colors. Like if you want to just put something in the crease, toss it in, and then put on like the shimmer shade on your lid, then you're kind of good to go. So I think first and foremost, I'm gonna pop this shade throughout my crease just to kind of get started. And I'm gonna go in with the Aquarius matte shade right here. Just so you guys are aware, that's what it looks like after I dip my brush into it. So it is quite powdery. So far blending really nice, not too much pigment. It's not overly pigmented to the point where it's like falling out, but there is quite a bit of kick up when you dip into the pan. Very soft upon swatching too. Everything swatched really nicely, I thought. This is really hard. Like, even for me, I feel like I have a relatively okay grasp on like makeup looks and feeling like I can create something original, but this to me is almost overwhelming of a palette because I look at it and I just don't even know where to go with it. I'm automatically drawn towards this shade, which I'm not going to use because I feel like that is the most typical shade that people are going to go for. And I want to show you kind of the versatility of the palette. Maybe I'll do green since I never ever do green. I wasn't planning on this, but I think I am going to go in with the sort of Capricorn shades here. I might blend it out with a little bit of this Sagittarius color and a little Scorpio so that there's some warmth in there. I think first off, I'm going to go in with Sagittarius, this shade here, just to really warm up the crease a bit more. And then I'm going to go in with Capricorn deeper down. Then I'm going to go in with green shade. There's quite a bit of fallout, as you can see underneath my eye. This shade sort of muddies up a bit. As you can see, it doesn't really come off as much of an army green as it appears in the palette. It blends okay though. It doesn't have like a poor blend or anything. I just feel like for me, it just definitely starts to lose its way a bit as far as the color is concerned. So I definitely feel like this color was a mistake as far as me going in with it. I don't really love the way this is turning out. So I'm gonna go in with a bit of the color from Pisces, and that is this brown shade right here. Yeah, you see the colors are just sort of muddying up together to create a really odd shade. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a bit of setting spray and I'm going to spray it on my brush and I'm going to dip it into the Capricorn shade. You can see there is a bit of fallout on my cheeks. Then I'm going to dip into that Aquarius shade, same brush. Ooh. Oh my god, it has been distraction since I started filming. First, I woke up this morning at 8 and I was like, I'm going to immediately start filming, and a contractor came over at 9. And I forgot we had an appointment and he stayed for 2 hours. Normally they stay for like 25 minutes, but he was super chatty. And so he stayed for like 2 hours. And then I came up here to start filming and I got a scam call from AT&T, them trying to like break into my account. It was like a fake AT&T call. I had to deal with that, call AT&T. Then I sit down to film. Another contractor calls me back and then my husband calls me. It's 2 and I wanted to be done filming by 10. Okay, so I am going to take this off and try again with a different look. This to me looks very muddy and unblended, and it's not the shadows, it's the colors I chose. I can tell you this right here is what I was left with after dipping into these very gently. I was not being rough with them at all. And I can say that I think this color itself, maybe the colors I mixed with or maybe just how I applied it, it just did not, it doesn't come off that color on my eyes. As you can tell, it doesn't really look like an army green more than it does kind of a muddy brown. It's not bad, it just is like, I'm not happy with it. I feel like it's fine and it shows that the shadows can like blend and that they have really pretty pigment, but I wanted to come out with an eye look that's like gorgeous, and I feel like this is just very not, so. Okay, well, I'm gonna go remove this and I will be right back. I know you guys probably want to see, I want to do something with that blue shade, but like I just did the green and it's so annoying that at this point I think I'm going to go in with kind of a warm look. So I'm going to start off with that same shade we put down before, which was from Aquarius here. It's a very rare day that I hate an eyeshadow look so bad that I remove it. This shade here, which is Sagittarius, and Now I'm gonna dip into this color here, which is from Leo. Then I'm going to spray my brush with a little bit of the Cover FX setting spray. Any setting spray will do. And I'm going to dip into the shade Scorpio here. This is burning my eye really bad, and I'm guessing it's that Cover FX setting spray. Holy shit. My eye is like burning off right now. Definitely don't use that Cover FX illuminating setting spray near your eyes. I thought any setting spray would do, and that is not true because my eyes are literally on fucking fire right now. Wow, this is not going according to plan. They hurt so bad right now, like, oh my god. Now I'm gonna go into this shade Libra here, and I'm going to take it on the same brush but with a different setting spray. I'm gonna do like the half moon shape here. Just kind of tapping a little bit of Pisces right into the center and the bottom. Let me toss on some liquid liner and see if I can kind of get this to look how I'm hoping it will. All right, I'm gonna toss a pair of lashes on and hope that it salvages this. It's just, I'll be right back. Okay, so I finally was able to finish my makeup, and I honestly, frankly, I'm just done working on my eyes. I can't do it anymore. It's making me so annoyed. Here's the thing about this palette. I feel like the issues I had today were 100% me and not the palette. I don't think that there's any issue with it in any way, shape, or form. I think that I'm having a struggle finding color combos that I like out of this. So that may be an issue for you if you're not super, not to say if you're not creative, but if you do have issues with finding creativity, I think you're gonna need to stick to very small sections of this palette. So meaning going with these two shades, or going with these two shades, or these, or these. I do feel that there's a lot of selection, which is a good thing and a bad thing in my opinion. I think that the eye look is fine. It's nothing extraordinary or nothing more than I've done before. Reminds me a lot similarly of my Desert Dusk palette eyeshadow look that I did, and it's fine. I feel like I suck at eyeshadow all of a sudden. I don't know what happened or what's going on, but you wanna know what it's really come down to? I'm super not into eyeshadow right now. I've gone through these periods before where I'm like, want to not wear eyeshadow, but like I'm in that right now where I've been doing a wing liner and like a nude lip or a red lip, or I'm just really focused on my skin right now. I'm super into wing liner right now, and I'm not into eyeshadow. And of course I'm doing 2 eyeshadow palette reviews this week, so I'm super glad about that. But I don't know, I just feel like right now I'm not inspired to create like new and interesting and different style looks. I'm more into like, I don't know, just going simple on the eyes and doing the rest of my face up. So even though I struggled with both eye looks today, that it wasn't the palette, and I do think the palette is pretty in and of itself, and I think that for the price you really can't go wrong. So if you were looking to pick this up, I don't think you're gonna have any issues with it, and I think even that the eye look I did create is just fine. So honestly, I don't know, like I feel like the palette's definitely worth it, and I feel like, of course, this is just my first impression. I'm unable to give you like a full roundabout review of this because, again, this is my first try of the palette. Would I use this again? Absolutely. I think it's a nice palette. I think that the shades are really pretty. They're nice and shimmery. I think that the mattes blended out really well, and I feel like it was fine. It was a good palette. It's nothing like absolutely insane, but I think this would be a good first palette for somebody to have if you're looking for a good combo of shimmers and mattes, and also if you're into the whole Zodiac thing, you know? Sorry if my attitude seems a little annoyed. I'm annoyed because my eyes are like burning because I had to do so much blending, and then I used that Cover FX spray, which you definitely do not want to do that, okay? You definitely don't want to do that. So I would say for $16.50, it's absolutely worth it. Now, if this palette were $50, I mean, it's not bad. That's the thing. It has nothing to do with the palette. I just truly think all of my irritation right now comes down to myself and my inability to choose damn colors. And I'll definitely use this again in the future to see, maybe I'll use it on my channel, do another tutorial with it, or try to get some inspiration by looking at like some face charts or something. Sometimes I lose inspiration, so I tend to gear back towards what I know, and that is using warm toned shades throughout the crease, putting some shimmer colors on the lid. And to me, I'm tired of it. It's kind of boring to me, which is why I'm not into eyeshadow right now. Okay, Kristi, move on. Some more information about BH Cosmetics. If you guys didn't know, they are completely cruelty-free, which is amazing, especially given the price point. A lot of times cheaper brands tend to not be. So there's that. This has a shelf life of 24 months, which is amazing. To put that into perspective, ABH eyeshadow palettes have a shelf life of 6 months. So that is very short. I'd say all in all, I really like the palette. Even though I struggled with it, I do. I think that it's really cool. And for Christmas, I think this would be a really fun palette for an eyeshadow enthusiast or a makeup enthusiast in general. I will have everything linked in the description of this video if you guys are looking to pick it up. And again, today is Cyber Monday, so they do have 24% off the palette today. 24%. If it makes you feel any better, BH Cosmetics is always doing sales. So I don't know if it's going to be maybe as big of a sale, but they have 30, 40, 50% off all the time. I was unaware of that with my last BH video, so I was like, jump on it today. But it looks like they do percentages off all the freaking time. So who knows how long this is going to last. So because it is limited edition, I would say pick it up if you really do plan to. Sorry for the shit show of a video, guys. It's just been a day. It has been a day. All right, guys. Well, I thank you guys so much for watching, and make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel if you have not yet. I put out new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You guys can also follow me on all my other social media stuff: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat. Twitter is the place that all the shit goes down, and all the shit went down this weekend, and that sounded like a weird poem. Also, you guys give this video a thumbs up if you do like it, and leave me any constructive criticism you have down below. I have a feeling that some of you guys are going to be like, Kristi, this video sucked. And I'm going to be like, I know, and I'm sorry, okay? All right, guys, well, I love you so much. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Okay, I got to do my normal goodbye. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you at my next video.